Good morning and welcome to Morning Brew. And good morning, I'm Nigel Movie Guy. And good morning, 47 Yorktown. And good morning, Dr. Alex. How are you? What is going on today, everyone? Let me go ahead and get the link into the chat real quick. Since I've not posted that link to the places I'm going to, I just thought I'd go ahead and put it out there, see what's going on. So, as for myself, I'm just waking up, kind of slept in a few minutes extra. So it's been, still waking up. That's a good thing. It's a Saturday morning. It's a good day to wake up a little. No, even a few minutes later is fine. Let's see. I had, excuse me, I had been suggested that I print out some topics, particularly for first thing in the morning, because, me trying to think of stuff right off the bat, that ain't going to happen. It's just my brain's still trying to wake up. So, and good morning, Paula. How are you this morning? Paula is in chat on Facebook. One reason I like having the ability to stream to multiple platforms. And 11 a.m. Sunday here. It's still morning. And yes, I'm aware it's been a while since you've been able to be on. At least not first thing. So I hope everything's okay, Nigel. And of course, Paula Simpson just woke up as well. Well, yeah, thank you, Nigel. I'm right now. I wouldn't say it's going strong at this point, simply because my brain is still trying to wake up and function correctly. Other than that, and let's see here. Just realized I was on Facebook. I'm going to switch over to YouTube. That's what Paula said. Okay. let's see. Yeah. Did you catch Old Media Guy's stream last night? No, Dr. Alex, I didn't. Unfortunately, I was already asleep. I was going to. That was what I wanted to watch. Uh, yeah. Watch the first 10 minutes of. Okay, Nigel. Watch first 10 minutes of J.J. Abrams' new truck recently. Still complete garbage. I agree. Yeah. Our beloved truck ran from 1966 to 2005. And Dr. Alex, just because I missed it on the first play does not mean I'm going to not watch it. In fact, that's one of the things I plan on watching. Otherwise, Old Media Guy will stop talking to me completely. I'm kidding. But actually, I haven't heard from him in a few days, so I'm kind of concerned. If something had happened, or because obviously life just happens sometimes. And the funny thing is how there are different people who come to these streams from different streams. Okay, The Farce Awakens was what made me realize the execs had been making for Jar Jar Abrams long ago in 2009, but came out thinking, well, that's what we can expect from a modern audience. No. I understand making updates and changes. Agreed. However, when they originally did like Next Generation, where they had made updates, changes, they did it in a respectful way. The modern media have no respect for anything of the past. They're willing to change everything. And that means everything. And in some ways, yes, modern audiences do need to be dumbed down too, because, well, um, basically we are seeing the results of the everyone wins a trophy for participating and nobody's a winner or loser generation. And Nigel, I've always felt Hollywood essentially died in the 90s. Yes, modern filmmakers. There have been some that have been made since then, but those are few and far between. We're just discussing more about film while I play old video games I grew up with. Check it out here. Okay. And yes, please go ahead and subscribe to Nigel. I highly suggest you subscribe to Nigel, that movie guy, or that Nigel movie guy. Excuse me. Sorry. Um, like I said, I'm still waking up. Well, I and thank you, Nigel. Yes, I've been a guest on your channel, and I am glad that you've trusted me as a mod. Fortunately, there was only one time I had to use it, um, and it was a troll that was in the channel. Inappropriate things. But that's only happened once. And Nigel, I'm going to keep telling people, when I give you a wrench, I want you to go ahead and give out information on your channel. That, like I said, I've said this before, I'll keep saying it. I am here not only to do my show, but to help support other YouTubers. Anyone who wants to uh, put out information on their live streams or those that they particularly like, feel free. That is absolutely perfectly acceptable. Uh, and yes, Nigel, I know by who. And Paula Simpson, my sister and I were trying to think of a classic that comes out of the last 10 to 15 years. Out of the caliber of Pretty Woman or many others. Uh, yeah, the funny thing is, I can't think of any in the last 15 years that have come to that caliber. Um, there's some mildly entertaining, uh, turn your brain off popcorn flicks, but other than that, nothing really substantial. And uh, Curtis YZ, uh, Wind River is good, but physics are unrealistic. But most of the movie is pretty good. Well, if you're not concerned about everything being completely realistic, that's not bad. Uh, and let's see here. Not that much comes to mind yet in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Even before, there were so many classics we could all remember easily. And that is one reason. This is why I can't. Why did I start the show at 5 in the morning? I should have waited until 6. But no, I chose 5 because number one, nobody was on, and number two, um, let's see here. I can pull up. I'm going to have to pull up Facebook myself. That one I know offhand. I can find. Let's see. Come on. The only problem is getting the messenger to come up. Yes, there's another YouTuber called Rick9G, and I will put that into the chat. And somebody's back. Oh, it's Nina. Good morning, Nina.
Good morning.
The YouTube, the tab is muted as usual. Give me just one moment. There we are. Got it taken care of. Now I can actually hear you. How are you this morning, Nina?
Good morning. So, how are you?
I'm doing all right. Like I said, I slept in a couple minutes. I got the coffee started. Haven't had it yet. Although I did take my medicine.
Well, that's good. As long as you didn't forget this time.
Yeah, yeah. I was in such a hurry and things were going a little rough, so I thought, Dad, totally slipped my mind.
Mm-hmm. See how you are.
And at Nigel Movie Guy, you are always also welcome. You're involved in my Twitter group, I believe. If not, I can add you. And you can always post in there as well. That way, it's a more select audience, but it is people I trust. So let's see here. Nice Movie Guy says, okay, let's go back. Okay, it's 3:16 for, so that you would be on the West Coast, California, whatever, that time zone. Ghostbusters, Top Gun, the Richard would glare at me for that one. Oh, okay. Why is that? Did he not like Top Gun? And Nigel says, "Get some caffeine, my friend. I need to get some sleep now." Well, yeah, you do need to get some sleep, Nigel. Thank you for coming on and to talk in the chat. And 1917 is a good one. Just take a while. Just think of one. Yeah, that's pretty bad when it takes a while. You got to think of. There used to be a time you could just think, here, this movie, easy, no problem. But so, what about you, Nina? Can you think of any good modern movies that are actually worth watching?
Modern movies.
And Kabla, Bird of Prey. A Bird of Prey 5 me. Let me get the link back out there again. Bird, if you're able to come on, you are more than welcome.
I just can only remember the old but goody movies.
Yeah. The good movies are harder to forget. The others are harder to remember because they're not really.
Yeah.
Yes, let's see here. He was on the USS Theodore Roosevelt when the movie came out. They played it. They played it as punishment when the guys didn't reach goals. uh, oh, that would be punishment. I'm sorry, but to be on a naval ship and watch so many things that are factually wrong, yeah, understood. Okay, then I am sure that either Mama Prey is not awake or that Nephew Prey is they're not awake either. So, is your sister still there, or has she left to go back home? Yeah, Nina. Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm just blowing my nose.
Oh, no problem.
She's still here. She leaves tonight at 6 o'clock.
Okay, that's good. At least you get some extra time with her. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Oh, Mama Pray's asleep, and Nephew Pray and Sister Pray left. Yes, you can join the chat, Polly. You're more than welcome. The what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to mute the tab on YouTube. You go to the top, there'll be a speaker. Just click through it. And I'm only saying that because I tell everybody I know to do that. Then you click on the link in the chat, the StreamYard link. If you're wearing headphones, you have to go through. It'll adjust, and you will need to adjust your volume down because it's louder in StreamYard. And here she is. Good morning.
Hello.
And what's going on today with you? It's nice to actually have you on the show.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what's going on because we got about 4 to 5 inches of snow yesterday.
Ooh.
Afternoon, evening. It was really weird. It's almost stupid. I put the sheets in the washing machine and I played video games last night, so they
Yeah.
didn't get dried. So I slept on the
Ah.
couch. And I woke up at 3 in the morning and it was so eerie out because it was almost what seemed like daylight. The snow and the moon was reflecting off of it. So I took some pictures. I was like, wow, it's so light out. It's darker now, but it'll get light here in a bit. But with the
I've
snow,
had that happen before. Yeah, where it's eerie. It's always it's lighter. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was kind of nice, natural moonlight.
Yeah.
But my parents were going to come over, so my dad can help me do some handyman stuff that kind of needs done. And I don't know that they're coming today because of the snow.
I don't. That's a good question. And obviously, I would say part of it would have to do with how the roads will be. You never know.
Yeah. My dad's got a big old truck thing, so he'd be okay. It's just, it's cold, and they're driving. My sister was going to come help me paint, and her drive is almost an hour.
That's quite a distance.
Yeah. But we're trying to get stuff together. In our house, my office space is a 6-foot banquet table crammed between the dining room table and the living room. It's like an open concept kitchen living room. And
Right.
I've just got a banquet table between the two. And we're trying to get me an actual desk set up so that when I have to work from home after my surgery, I'll be able to be comfortable at a desk in an office. So we're trying to get stuff set up before all that happens.
Well, yeah, that's, it'd be better if it didn't have to happen. But then again, it's absolutely better that you're doing it now rather than waiting and going, oh crap, I can't do this because I don't have the right setup.
Yep. And I figure I'll probably milk it and be able to work from home at least 3 to 4 weeks, maybe.
That would be good. That would be good if you're able to do it that long. Longer would be better, but
Oh, yeah. We'd all love longer.
and let's see. Good morning, Jedi Bill. And he asks, how is Locutus doing?
He's been staying upstairs with me a lot more. Normally, he'd sleep with Richard all day when Richard was sleeping, and he's been hanging out with me upstairs.
Ah,
But
well,
I
that's
think
good.
he's doing all right. I don't see him now. Who knows where he is at the moment? His Richard's futon and stuff are downstairs still, so he's probably sleeping on that other recliner. I haven't gone down this morning. They'll be here kidnapping me in a minute. They need fed.
Of course.
They get fed once in the morning.
And they're like, okay, it's time. Mom, come feed us.
Yep. Richard used to do it in the morning, and so I kept on his schedule. But I'm only feeding him once a day instead of twice.
Right.
Because he was under the belief that, well, the bag says they're supposed to get this much. I'm going to feed them this much. But they're all double the size that they probably should be. So they're going on diets.
Oh,
I don't know how well they like that yet.
I'm sure they don't.
But their bowls have been empty. Normally they leave crumbs everywhere. And their bowls have been empty. So I don't feel like I'm being too cruel.
No, absolutely not. So how have you been doing?
All right. Making it through the day.
I'm sure some days are harder than others.
Yeah, it's been weird. I played video games the other day. I guess last night, the night before. He used to play. Except I think it always kind of made him mad that I played better than him.
Why does that not surprise me?
He's so funny. I predominantly play Diablo 3. That's what he played too. He wouldn't let people help him. He wouldn't join random people and meet them. He only knew people because he joined me, and then he would inherit my friends. So he would start the season and he'd be like, "Oh, I'm at level 23." And 2 days later, "Oh, I got to 25." And we're in the stratosphere now. He wouldn't join and say, "Hey, just come join us and level up. You know how to play now." He wouldn't do it. He was so stubborn. And I think he did it on purpose so he could be stubborn.
How on earth did he get on YouTube then?
I don't know. I don't know what took him to YouTube. Well, I know what took him to YouTube. The man always had YouTube up like 24/7. He was always watching those silly 3 minutes in history, or he'd turn on bird videos for Locutus. He would listen to them when he slept. Literally, he would have them on all the time because he had tinnitus really bad in his ears.
Yeah.
And it was his background noise.
Yeah.
I don't know how he did it, because for me, if I'm having that kind of thing, I need like white noise type background noise, not words, because when I hear words, my brain keeps going. But he had YouTube on all the time.
I understand about the tinnitus. I've had that problem for a while, and yeah, I have more white noise on than anything else. But
yeah, I get it. I like
ahead.
my CPAP machine noise. That's, to me, is nice white noise for it. Some people think it's awful, but
It takes getting used to. But yeah, the funny thing is, if I don't hear it on, I find it harder to get to sleep, because I've tried to sleep without it stupidly. Or I've just fallen asleep because I was just exhausted and woke up. Like, why did I go to sleep without my CPAP on?
I try not to, but last night, since I fell asleep on the couch, guess what I didn't use last night? It actually felt pretty good this morning, which is unusual for me.
Good morning, Fennerfire.
Good morning, Fennerfire, and sorry,
Hello.
I didn't mean to ignore you.
I'm not being ignored. I'm just here in the corner.
I saw your logo again and thought I wanted to Watergate. That's a good classic movie. That's another one to add to the list.
Oh, I'd agree. Unfortunately, it seems like most of the modern media is not really as memorable.
They're putting out some darn good TV shows lately. At least that are in my alley.
Right. Well, where are they coming out on? Because most of them I've seen have been on streaming services, not on the network TV.
Absolutely. Yeah, they've all been Netflix and Hulu.
And it's like, why? This is what network TV should be putting on. And it was one thing when you had original shows, even though they had spin-offs of their shows like NCIS and CSI. They had shows, they had spin-offs. It's like, okay. But then everything started going under that format. And it's really? No. Please no. It's like, oh well, if this is popular, we'll make every show like this. Oh, no.
There's about 3 of them, I think, that are on network TV that I started watching, but I watch them through Hulu because I don't get network TV live. But my luck is that if I find one I like, they cancel it.
Of course.
So I'm always scared to start watching them because if I watch them, they get canceled.
Okay. Now I have somebody on the panel. I can keep talking and go in and make coffee. And I am going to be, while I pour the coffee, because I don't like to, I know what it sounds like when it's on over the speakers. No. So just one moment. I will let you talk, Paula. So go ahead.
And no Mrs. Doom.
Hello.
So what
I
have
don't
you
think
been
I've met you
watching?
yet.
Oh, yeah.
I like Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist. That one's entertaining. And
I guess I've never ever heard of that one.
There's one called Transplant about a doctor who was from Syria or something that came over to the States with his sister, and he got hired by a hospital. It seems really simple now that I say it like that, but it's entertaining. I always liked medical shows.
Yeah, I do too.
Because the other one is the other medical show, The Resident or something like that.
Yeah.
But that guy that's the star is kind of like eye candy, so, you know.
Come on. On every TV show, you've got some eye candy for somebody in the targeted audience. Because, yeah, whether it be male or female, there's gonna be eye candy. Because it's like, if the audience is supposed to be female, well, of course they're gonna have male. Duh.
But if I step away from the network stuff, I just finished watching the new season of The Magicians.
Where is that?
It was
on
pretty
that?
good.
Oh, The Magicians was wonderful. I loved that show.
Netflix. Yeah. So the new season,
okay.
I had to rewatch the previous season. So I rewatched the previous and then caught the new one. And yeah, I liked it. My favorite character was Elliot. I don't know why. I'd like to see him in something else.
Okay, Flugger, what's your insight?
No, nothing. No. I really like that show. Oh, I got one for you. If you like fantasy and, fiction like that, the Shannara Chronicles. It only made it 2 seasons.
Oh, I know.
I've watched that freaking thing 4 times.
That's one I was sad to see that they didn't do more. I really like that one. But that's up my alley. I like the science fiction, fantasy, vampires, dragons, that kind of world.
And they didn't play inside their little box, They were just, it had enough Lord of the Rings and enough, just all kinds of stuff just thrown in gobbledygook. I'm not a Rocky Road type of a guy, but that was a great show.
Yeah, I liked that one. There's another one that I just watched. What was it? Oh, the Sabrina.
Oh, I started watching it and then
They
I stopped. Oh crap!
they
I gotta go back to that.
released the final season or series or whatever they call them. That one was excellent. I liked how they made it so dark compared to, you know, some of the TV series that they've done. And the girl that they had as the Sabrina was damn cute.
Oh yeah, she is swell. She's great. And
I haven't seen that. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'll just throw this in there. You know, it's like what they can't do with like Discovery or Picard. You know, they can take a show like that and turn it. You know, they can make it dark, and they know how to do that. They must actually hire real writers.
Yeah.
Not some jackholes in a library somewhere, you know, smoking pot behind the, you know, in the way in the back.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. I have a question for you, Paula. Did he ever unwrap that Picard DVD you bought him, or DVD set, whatever?
I'm not sure. When I was downstairs the other day, I saw it in a pile of trash. Like he'd just thrown it to the side and it was in a pile with other crap. I almost grabbed it, but it wasn't what I was down there for at the time, so I didn't. But yeah,
he loved the thing. He would show that off. He would show that thing off, and you know, whether you loved the show or you didn't, we were all kind of a little jealous because I've never had a mate that would buy me something like that, who knew me and thought that that's what I wanted, you know. So, oh, sorry, I'm being a dink.
I'd buy him stuff like that all the time. I would do that. I think I knew what he wanted better than he did sometimes.
Well, yeah,
of course. And since I controlled the money, not in a bad way, just he couldn't do it, and he would admit that he couldn't do it. I was the responsible one, which is a good thing in my case.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that in all this has been able to deal with is he wasn't the one that did all the bills and money, so I didn't have to worry about, oh crap, what do I do now? But yeah, I always bought him stuff. Did he tell you about the new computer that I bought him?
Yes.
It's sitting in boxes in my living room. I don't think he thought I would buy it for him. But we didn't live like we were cheap, you know. It's not like I was like, oh no, you can't have that, it's too much money. I waited until the right time.
What I loved, one thing he said was that, like when you each took turns at getting new cell phones because, well, and then he would wait, and then, or you would wait, either one, and I found that because he was very open about things, which I thought was so refreshing. Um,
Mm-hmm.
he didn't hold back.
Well, and there were times that, we get a new TV. I'd get the new one and he'd get my hand-me-down.
Right.
But it usually made sense. It's not like, oh, you can't have anything new ever. It was, let's get a bigger TV for the living room. Since you only want a 45 and that's what I'm using now,
Hmm.
let's give you the 45 since that's the size you wanted, and let's get me a bigger one. It
Yeah,
makes sense.
it makes perfect sense. And that way, it's not like getting rid of something that works. You just move it to somewhere else.
Yep.
You know, I'm trying to think back to the first time I watched him on YouTube, and I think I might have been his first wrench because CCDV was there, and I think CCDV told him how to give me a wrench,
Hmm.
Mm.
and it was because there was a link I needed to share, and all I could do was put it on CCDV's channel and just tell them to go there to go look at it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And oh, they that guy was amazing.
Can I
Sometime I
say
wish he
something?
had amazing cleaning skills that goes along with that.
Oh, can I admit to something
What's that?
rather, I don't know, stupid or I don't, I don't know what you call it.
Yes, please.
I still have the YouTube tab open, waiting for
Mhm.
Admiral Oliver Franklin Doom.
Aw.
I just can't close it.
Yeah. I've got the memorial service up on a tab. I've been trying to watch it. My friend is hard of hearing, and she's wanting me to transcribe it so she could see what people said, because she couldn't uh, catch a lot of it. But it's got me to thinking there's so many people that put comments of things like little stories here and there that I have no knowledge of. Like, he didn't share all his little humor stories with me.
Right.
You guys got some of the funny ones with his military stuff. He told me some. Like, I knew about Top Gun. He hated it. But it's been interesting. So I've been trying to, everywhere that there's been a feed where stuff from him has come up, I'm trying to capture those sentiments and type them into a little document for myself, just because.
But
He definitely hated Top Gun. To the extent that I think he probably would have divorced me if I played it in the house. So, so funnily, he joked. He hated it.
oh, well, fortunately, nobody ever teased him on the Top Gun thing.
Yeah, he's. Although, sitting here thinking, though, I can't think of movies that he would have sat down and watched because he was so pinball bouncing around brain doing so many things that he could not just sit down on the couch with me and watch a movie. He'd go downstairs, he'd come up and watch some of it, and then he'd go down and he'd come back up and watch. And it drove me nuts a little bit because, someone who hasn't sat there the whole time misses parts of the story. And then he'd be like, well, why are they doing that? And then I'd have to, and I finally had to tell him, I learned this early on. If you want to know, you got to stay and watch it. Because it would ruin my experience of the movie to have to stop and explain things to him as it went.
I think that's why he enjoyed YouTube. Because, we're not a rifle, we're a shotgun. We're all over the place.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the funniest thing is, what was I watching? Imagine a movie like Red, or something that has like action, like people fighting and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So he would come upstairs and see the action, and he'd stand, not in my way, but he'd stand in front of the TV, and he would, like, as they're fighting in the scene, he would start doing air punches and going, and kind of acting out like he was in the fighting too, like a little kid. And and then after the action would go, he would go back downstairs and he'd come up again, action, and he's air punching, and it was the funniest thing ever. The funniest thing ever. My sister didn't believe it. It's like, yeah, he would stand there and act out and get real interested and air punch, and it was just so freaking funny.
Oh, see, that's one of the things. That's one of the things you should have gotten your phone out and gone, here, and send it to your sister.
Oh, yeah. He did it all the time. It's one of those things at first, it's like, you don't realize what he's doing. But after he would do it so much, then he would actually start air punching and stuff. It was just hilarious. But yeah, I never recorded it. I don't think to do that. I don't know if it's just, I forget phones can do that.
I think a lot of people do. For those of us who aren't young, like, under 30, and I know you're barely over that part, but that's neither here nor there. Most of us don't think about that because it's not something we do. We're not used to that.
Mm-hmm. Him and I didn't have smartphones until several years after I met him, because I met him in 2015 online, and then I met him in person in 2016. When we moved in together, we didn't have smartphones for quite a while. I don't know what the holdup was. The expense of them?
Probably, and probably part of it liking the older phones didn't have all the features. I know I'm eventually going to have to get a smartphone. Yeah. No.
Well, now couldn't live without it. Back in the day when they first came out, you paid for data by the usage, and there was no unlimited, but they also didn't have the cool things phones have nowadays. Yeah. They had cameras. But now, being just immediately always connected to the internet, you can Google everything. Yep. And I use mine so much. Heck, I'm using it now. because when I'm watching videos on my computer, my microphone, or not my microphone, my headphones, the sound, I can't get the volume high enough to hear it well with the built-in sound. But I was taking apart my old office space. I've got a giant ancient desk that just doesn't work. It's so big and awful. But I remembered when they did the Star Wars Celebration 3, or maybe it was 4, I had ordered the limited edition R2D2 Klipsch surround sound system. And it's basically a fancy bass speaker and 2 regular tiny speakers for set up for a computer.
Right.
And I'm excited to get my desk put together and get that on my computer, because then I'll be able to hear without wearing headphones.
Oh.
And it is pretty cool. It's painted, the speaker cabinet is painted like R2D2.
Cool. I like that. That sounds absolutely awesome.
And have you heard of the Klipsch brand?
No, I haven't.
Oh, I have, yeah.
They're one of the premier. Polk Audio bought them out in the last couple of years. But they were some of the premier speakers. I definitely have to get that set up.
Yeah, their sound might blow your mind.
It's up there with, what's the other one that's really big? There's some of the high end, super high end.
They're up there with Bose and.
That's what I was thinking, Bose.
Yeah.
Well, even with Bose, their mid-range stuff isn't bad.
Oh, right.
There are some of them. It's like they can put out the high-end stuff. It's like, oh wow, this is amazing. And when it gets down to the mid-range and low range, it's like, what the hell is this shit?
Oh, come on, Captain Trek. You got to remember your first pair of headphones that you put on, and it's like, oh my word, I can't believe those it's so low.
Oh, my first pair of headphones were Sony, of course.
The one and only.
So, came with the Sony Walkman.
Mm-hmm. I had one of those. Played cassette tapes.
Yep. And in fact, I still have one somewhere. Because I have some stuff in storage. But no, it's I had one of the first Discman that came out. God, that thing was ugly. Looking back.
I had one of those too.
It was big and it was ugly, but God, it played music.
Yep. That transition from cassettes to CDs was awful, because all of your favorite stuff growing up, mine was all on cassettes.
Mm-hmm.
I remember dubbing them from the radio, making mixtapes.
Oh yeah.
because we couldn't afford to get them new.
Yeah.
But I had a dual tape deck that could record from one to another and splice them together how I wanted, and it's pretty damn cool.
Oh yeah. And then of course, I remember I had a couple of friends. They would record stuff. I'd end up, oh, let me borrow that, and I recorded it,
Mm-hmm.
and then I had a copy. So they got their copy back. I had mine, and so I had quite a collection of music. Now there were some people that weren't as meticulous as I was. I tried to time it so that I got the entire song, and then stopped. I didn't want to hear everything. Yeah, I was picky.
I miss CDs. Everything comes out digitally now.
Oh yeah.
I've got the most giant CD collection because Richard bent the rules a little and would download crap. But everything I have, I own the CD for.
I'm just going to throw this in there. Hi, LDG.
Yes. Hi, LDG. Why are you on now? By the way, you should be asleep.
Does he go overnight again?
I know he was on late because I happened to wake up. This was after karaoke was over. I was on listening and I just fell asleep. And so I went on to another stream later and happened to see him there. And the stream was really going bad. It was really going bad. So I said, "Oh, I'm surprised you're not on." So he had a back room going and some conversation. So I went over there for a while. I ended up dropping out after an hour or so. But yeah, he was up late. If you couldn't tell, Paula, you kind of tend to keep track of each other in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, there are people that have been on the panel that'll say, "Cap, have you taken your medicine?" And I hadn't, and it's like, so I'd say, well, how did you notice? Because of the way you're breathing, because of how you're sounding.
Mm.
So it was that it would come through.
Mm-hmm. I need that kind of reminder because I haven't taken mine for like the last 3 days.
And what kind of medicine are you on, by the way, if I may ask?
Oh, mostly it's medicine for my narcolepsy and high blood pressure and thyroid problems.
Paula?
I know.
Oh, you're yeah. No wonder you two fit so well together. Neither one of you would remember your meds sometimes.
Yeah, I haven't been a little. It's almost stupid. My mom has, you get these bath sets from Christmas, and they're in these cute little decorative boxes, and I have them all in like a box. It's shaped like a suitcase, and so all my meds are in there, so they're in the same place. And when I get out of sorts, I mean, this last week has just been all out of sorts, and I just forget to take them. allergy medicine. Ugh.
Well, allergy
I,
medicine
I
can be forgiven, but it's still essential if you have allergies. And good morning, 24/7
mm,
Fusion Media. I see you didn't say hi to me. I'm just, I like getting crap.
yes, Admiral was my wife or my husband. Uh,
Oh, obviously, you
but I'm hoping that what's that?
go ahead. No, go ahead, please. You're hoping.
Uh, I'm hoping that after I have my surgery in March, that I'll start being able to drop medicines, that they won't need them anymore.
Right. That would definitely be good.
That's the goal.
And it's definitely good to have a goal. Um,
Yep.
so let me ask this. How are your feelings on the surgery? I mean, is it something you're dreading, you're looking forward to, or kind of a mixed bag?
Well, I don't remember if I said, but it's bariatric surgery. I mean, there's no
Right.
hiding. I'm overweight, and I have been, and I've been trying to pursue it for many years, but my insurance had it written as an exclusion. I could not get it, and who has $30,000 laying in their pockets? So,
Yeah, nobody.
the medical need for the surgery has become very great because I was diagnosed with lung cancer about a year and a half ago now. And I have to lose the weight in order for them to do the tumor removal surgery. And so I'm like, I have no choice. I have to do the surgery. And I was able to get my employer to add it as a rider to my policy so
Mhm.
that I'm just paying a little bit extra per month for the next 12 months instead of paying $30,000 out of pocket.
Yeah.
So I'm so thankful for that because it's saving me a ton of money. And so I'll be able to get the surgery. It's coming up in early March. And if everything goes correctly, I'll be able to have the lung surgery next year because I have to be under 180 before they'll do it.
And
But
good morning, Dee Dee Myers. And well, I never really considered your weight. I mean, I could probably, in fact, I know I could use that surgery. In fact, one of my doctor, the one surgeon I had was insistent I have the what do you call it, skirt removal.
mm-hmm.
Um, and so it's like, uh, yeah, that's not gonna. And he's like, I'm not qualified to do it. So yeah, so it's like, okay, great. So that's why he wouldn't do the other surgery I needed. We finally went to another. I mean, I was in such pain. My parents found a hospital and took me there. Um, and I had surgery done before. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but hopefully you are able to get both your surgeries done
Mm-hmm.
as quickly and
The
as,
second one,
yeah.
the second one scares me, but it's far enough out that I don't have to think about it yet. I'm just thankful that if I'm going to have cancer and it's going to be lung cancer, I get the rare, weird one that's not like fast growing, you're dead in 6 months, which is
Yeah.
what most people end up getting. Mine's a real rare one that stays encapsulated and doesn't spread, and it's tiny little nodule tumors,
Hmm.
and they haven't grown in the last 12 months because they've been doing repeated scan. So it's so good that they are not growing in size. And they don't really have side effects, I guess.
Well, that's good.
Sometimes I think if I inhale really deep, because they're really low in my right lung, if I inhale really deep, sometimes I feel like I've always had a little pain there, and I think that's what it is. But it's like a normal. It's been there for. They're figuring they've been there at least 10 years,
Yeah. So that, yeah,
which
you
is
would have
scary.
adjusted by
It's
now. Yeah.
in itself,
Yeah.
but they don't want to keep them in there. Now that we know they're there, they don't want to keep them because if they do start metastasizing, it's just like any other cancer. So
Yeah, once
it's
it
like
goes,
a ticking
yeah.
time bomb if that happens. But it's just the type it is doesn't spread. I just want it out of there, you know.
Well, that's understandable. So what? You say you have to be down to 180 before they'll do the surgery. Obviously, you'll have to
Mm-hmm.
have recovery time from your first surgery. What do you plan on doing after that?
After the first one?
You've recovered, yeah. After you've recovered from that.
I don't know. I mean, this first one shouldn't be very bad at all. From what I've heard, it's better. It's not as bad as, or it's similar to having your gallbladder out.
Right.
And I've had mine out. So there's people that are like, oh yeah, I went back to work after a week, and there's people like it took me a whole month. But I think it's not so much the healing because that goes pretty quick. It's the dealing with your new reality of eating after the surgery. So I'll deal with that. My husband was going to stay on vacation that first week, and then my goddaughter was going to stay the second week and take a vacation. But my parents and my sisters are all going to help out that first week because they said I'll be in the hospital 2 to 4 days.
Right.
So it depends. But they'll help. All of them, all of my family has been really great being able to. My mom would come do anything. It's just she's getting older where she can't drive at night.
Yeah.
I mean, she's even been pulled over and the cops have told her you have to quit driving at night. So we worry about that, but my dad will come. I have 2 sisters and 2 brothers. And everybody has wives and husbands, so they're all stop everything to help if I need it, which has been really great.
That's good to hear.
Even my sister's husband, me and my sister, one of my sisters comes over almost every weekend with her kids, and we just chat and do crafty things.
Cool.
It's her way to get out of the house because she's a stay-at-home mom right now, and her kids are kindergarten and second grade. I'm their Aunt Paula.
Of
Well,
course.
we talk about her husband and my husband all the time because they're like two peas in a pod. They were so similar. Her husband, both standoffish and loners, but they're smart and they like music and pop culture-y stuff. And we joke that if we ever wanted to get mad at them, we could make them go live in one house and she'd come live with me, and they'd be happy as a clam living together. But he's been with all the funeral and stuff. He's been really sweet. I think he said that Richard was his favorite of all the people in the family. He's kind of funny too.
Surprised me.
Oh yeah, Richard wasn't a tall guy. Richard was average because he was like 5'10" and a half, 5'11".
Mm-hmm.
My sister's husband is about 6'8".
Ouch.
And it's hilarious. When he hugs me, I don't even come up to his shoulders. And when he hugs my mom, because my mom is 4'11", she's basically at his belly button. It's just so funny.
Oh.
My family did not get the gift of height. My niece and nephew. My sister is the tallest of us, boys and girls, because she's 5'7". And her kids with her husband are going to be so freaking tall. So freaking tall.
And good morning, Carlo Albanese. I would say yes, we're doing as well as can be. At least I can see myself that way, yes.
And good morning, Mr. Lundell.
And good
Carlo.
morning, Mr. Lundell. Yes.
Yes. Thanks, Carlo. Yeah, I like that one. That's why I put it in the obituary. When he told me that rule, because that was a relatively newish rule, we almost couldn't believe it, because most of his rules, I'm sure you've heard most of them now. Most of them weren't so uplifting.
Right.
Most of them were kind of snide or pointed to make you think. But I like that one.
Oh, yes. Roll 129. Of course, I have a personal favorite. Rule
Which
184.
one is that?
Rule 184. Oh, shit. I forgot. I've been washing through his laundry. I gave 2 of his rules t-shirts that he made. I gave one to my brother and one to his mother. And I found a couple more. I think I found 2 more, maybe 3 more. Because I think my brother-in-law wants one. Cool. I figured what a better way for them to remember him than to have one of his t-shirts. Oh, agreed.
So if I need to, because his what is it called, the place you go buy them.
Right. That is, let me look. Stream Elements.
I forget what it's called. Stream Elements, that's right. I have left that open, and people can still make purchases.
Right. That's good. I have that listed in the comment section. I have the GoFundMe, the merch store,
Nice.
and your Etsy shop.
Oh, yep. Oh, nice. Thank you. Some of the stream elements. Oh, I need to know because I know someone has said, which one of you guys is the one that does the art? What's
That
his name?
Yetza Lemons. And let me see if I can. He is. Did you need something in particular, or just?
Well, I was wanting to see if I could contact him to see if I could, uh, I guess, ask him to make me something for Richard's Twitter. I'll pay him however he takes payment, but I had a wonderful idea because I know some of you probably know what we want to do with the Twitter. My brother is making the rules
Mm-hmm.
and making a Twitter bot that's going to send the rules randomly out from the Twitter account. And I want to make a new logo across because it's like a big horizontal banner when you go look at the tweet home for him.
Right.
And I, in my head, see like a little cloud floating in the sky with an admiral on it, kneeling down, throwing rules over the side down below.
Why? Why? That absolutely sounds like him.
Yeah. Kind of like someone to be throwing F-bombs or something, but he's going to be throwing rules. Like, and I even see him like in the little bumper sticker shape with little, not umbrellas, parachutes, but an admiral in a cloud, mischievous. I just thought that would be hilarious to go on that. But
Right.
I haven't seen who I thought, I kind of knew what the name was, but I hadn't seen them on to be able to say, hey, can I commission you to do that?
And I sent you a link in on Facebook to his profile.
Okay. Where do I get that? Ah. Oh, good.
Because I happened to think, wait a minute, he's on Facebook. Oh, let me do that. I know you're on Facebook. There.
Yep. Absolutely. Thank you for that.
Of course.
Perfect.
Yeah, and I doubt if he's going to charge you a commission. He might take a donation, but he's not going to charge you a commission.
No.
Yeah, I'll do whatever it takes. I like to pay it forward with people, so I'll do what I can.
Right now, we want to take care of you. So, no. That. Yes, if you're listening, refuse payment. Take it from other people. We want to get this GoFundMe paid up a little bit more. I mean,
It's been amazing so far.
Oh, it has been amazing. It has. Right now, I'm seeing it at $4,015 with a $10,000 goal.
Yeah,
And
that's amazing.
That is amazing.
My parents had to pay for the funeral because I couldn't have. There's just no way. With me getting ready for surgery, everything has been going into that.
Yeah.
That they paid for the funeral, and I feel like I need to pay them back. But my mom said, no, you have to keep that because until his estate gets settled and they release things like his 401k and all that stuff, I'm
Hmm.
going to be without his income for
Yeah.
they're saying it's going to take 4 to 6 weeks to get death certificates, and I
Yeah.
can't do anything with any of his financial stuff until those are released.
Yeah.
So she's like, you just need to have that to supplement what his income would have been
Yeah.
for this time, because I'm going to be missing it, which sucks. But so I'm so thankful for that, because, you know, who thought he was going to just drop dead? He didn't have a will, and I still can't believe he didn't opt for the life insurance. I want to wring his neck over that one. I mean, to me, I thought it was a no-brainer. You always take your employer-opted life insurance because it's to protect your spouse and pay for your burial expense.
And generally, it's
But
pretty cheap.
yeah, absolutely. Some employers just pay for it.
Yeah,
And I guess I never asked, but I should have.
even after I was let go from my last job, my life insurance was only $1.80 for 2 years. I think
Oh,
now it's
wow.
like $8, and that's for only $30,000 worth of coverage. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I think $1.80 was for $76,000 worth of coverage.
Yeah, that's super cheap.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Super cheap. But I think when it first happened, and my first thought was, oh gosh, I'm going to have to immediately move. I don't know how I'm going to be able to stay where I'm at. And now that I've had some time to really look at the bills, it's going to be tight, but I can live here on my income alone. And the only reason I'm able to do that is because we just refinanced on our house and we're using it to pay off all of our debt. If we hadn't done that, if he had passed before that mortgage was closed, which we literally just closed in the last week and a half, I would be so screwed right now. So my mom said, that was his last gift, was we got the mortgage closed. If that hadn't happened, I would have to move. But I don't now. Although the house I'm in is entirely too big for one person, it was entirely too big for two people.
Uh,
Because
well,
he basically had a 600 square foot efficiency in the basement. It's almost 4,000 square feet. I'm going to have to get a lot of cats to fill it back up. At one
oh,
time, we
dear
had
Lord.
5.
Yeah, I remember you mentioning that. Wow.
I forget who has the cats. I'll give him a run for his money.
Yosef. Yosef Petruk has
Joseph,
4
yep, yep,
cats.
yep.
Yeah.
Oh. I would have all the cats. I'd be the crazy cat lady. But they do get expensive after a while. I mean, 3 cats is $100 a month to keep them by the
Yeah.
time you have to buy litter and food. And that's about my limit, especially right now. But I'd have them all. Yes, cats are
Why does
hard.
that not surprise? Yeah, well,
Well, and that's the other thing I'm dealing with the reality of. Um, we each had chores in the house that we had to do. And
yeah.
his chores were the cat litter and taking out the trash and shoveling the snow and mowing the yard. And now I've got to do the cat litter, mow the yard, and shovel the snow.
I just wish one of us were closer. We could help take care of some of that stuff, like shoveling snow or mowing lawn.
Yeah. I've had several offers. One of my dad's really good friends growing up lives nearby, and
Hmm.
he told my dad that he feels like he ought to do something but can't. So the rumor is he's going to come mow my yard in the summer, which would be so helpful. It's not a giant yard, but it's more than I want to have to mow.
Well, yeah.
Although my mom did mention, and she's right, as I lose weight and can do that more myself, Richard had a really cool battery powered mower.
Hmm.
Actually, he had two of them, and I should be able to do that without too much problem because I wouldn't have to deal with gas and mixing oil in it and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking last night, he also had the battery powered snowblower. And I don't know where it's at, but I think it might just be in the garage. So if I can figure out how to put the battery in and turn it on, I might use that to take care of the sidewalks in the driveway today, since we have 5 inches of snow. Although it looks like it's melted. The moonlight last night melted it some, which is strange.
You wouldn't think it could with the reduced
Yeah, I wouldn't
radiation.
either.
Yeah, but yeah.
But it's I think it looks like it's a really heavy damp snow by a sheep. Yeah, sheep are mean though. Have you ever actually had a sheep? Experienced a sheep? Sheep are mean.
Oh yeah, they are. Oh yeah, they
We
are.
used to have
I've
them
been.
growing up.
Yeah. What happened with
The
the
boy
sheep?
sheeps especially.
Oh,
Sheep. The boy sheep would charge people with his head down and try to get them for sport. On cave. Oh, that's funny. I have a cat that likes to sleep on top of boxes.
Yeah, the dad tendency of doing that. Good morning, Captain.
good morning, Jedi Bill.
Hey, Jedi Bill, how you doing?
Hello.
So great to be here with you. I've enjoyed the conversation.
I would have gone on the soup last night, but I tell you what, at
There
that
was
time
no
of the
soup
night.
last.
Oh
There
no,
was no soup
that's right.
last
There
night.
was no.
It was the night
no soup.
before.
Right, the night before.
Yeah.
I actually probably the last 3 soups
Mm-hmm.
I've been trying to go on, and it's like I just can't do it. I'm
Well,
just
don't
like,
worry. Don't worry about it. Come on when you're feeling good enough to come on.
my brains are just all scrambled, and I'm just like,
Hi.
When do you normally do those?
I do it at 12 a.m. Central, and I would be our 2 shows complimented mine and my show and Admiral's show complimented so well.
Uh-huh.
So he would
Mm.
take the Monday shift, and I would do the rest of the week, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And we ran about the same length of time, 7 hours, 8 hours, sometimes 9 hours. Sometimes 9 hours, But nowadays,
Yeah.
my show's running shorter.
Well, it's funny because there was the last month or so had Richard had been ending the show earlier, so I started WTF Monday anytime he was not on. So that's why I had a final WTF Monday, because I that was part of a memorial thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure you've heard from quite a few people. I hope that's been helpful.
Oh, yeah. I know at one point I had to have a little talk with him because he was getting so enthused with the YouTube stuff that I'm like, you can't be on YouTube all of your non-working, non-sleeping time.
Yeah.
Because you do have a life.
Mm-hmm.
So we agreed upon he'd do it on the Monday, Sunday. To me, it was Sunday night. He would do it Sunday night, Monday morning. That was the day of the week that he did it.
Yeah.
But realistically, as much as he wanted to do it more, he didn't have the time.
Yeah, we understood that.
Oh, trust me, we knew he
was
wanted
still
to do it
writing
more.
his blog.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. But he was he would write to his Indiana transportation blog every day.
Yep.
And post those. And I was so happy that the guy that he had being his another admin on the Facebook group that went with it, I messaged him, and he's not only going to take over the Facebook group permanently, he's going to take over the WordPress blog site for him and continue to pay for it in my husband's name to keep it alive. He can't post to it as prolifically as Richard did, but I was so thankful that he's going to keep it alive because it's such good research. Richard basically wrote an essay paper a daily, full research about whatever the topic of transportation was. So I was thankful that he agreed to do that.
Paula, do you know if he had any dash cam videos that he didn't post?
I have to look through it. His dash cam was attached to his computer charging, so I don't know yet where when he took them off of there. I don't know yet where he was putting them. So I've got to figure out, where that archive is and kind of go through stuff.
Yeah.
Because he did tend to keep all that.
He would frequently talk about it on the Short Attention Span Theater.
Let me see. Your
his
husband
driving was a contentious.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nina and I would often spend the whole Monday morning with him on his show.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We all love.
Yeah, he loved that dash cam.
Yeah.
I did not like his dash cam.
He spoke passionately about it.
Okay, why did you not like it?
Well,
let me ask that.
Well, let me just say this. He thought he was the best driver in the world and could do no wrong. Guess who drove like shit? He would not use his turn signals most of the time, and he was sort of short attention span enough that he would wander and not pay attention to the road. And he had a car that had brakes, and he would use them at the last second. And so you ended up doing the whiplash thing back and forth, stopping and starting, because he didn't know how to just glide to the stop and gradually start. It was irritating. And I think he did it on purpose to make me mad.
There's no doubt.
But
No
he
doubt.
thought he was the best driver and that I was an awful driver. And I just don't understand that. Because I used my turn signals and stopped where I was supposed to stop. But there was no arguing with him, so I just let him think that he was a good driver because, I couldn't have told him otherwise.
Well, you wouldn't have wasted your breath otherwise,
But he'd always have entertaining things. I mean, because it happens to everybody. People are stupid. He wouldn't do stuff like in the right lane and I need to turn left, so let's go left across all 6 lanes of traffic. He wouldn't do that kind of shit. But he would do most of the time not stopping when he's supposed to. Or turn signaling. I mean, which in the scheme of things isn't the worst, but But yeah, I know where his dash cam is. I haven't had the energy to sit down there and to spend the hours it's going to take to find everything. I guess the one good thing is that the time I did spend on his computer the other day looking for pictures, I didn't find anything I didn't want to find yet, if that makes sense.
You didn't find any good porn?
No.
I'm sorry. Anything you didn't want to find. I'm not sure what you mean. I don't think you mean porn, but I hope.
Oh, yeah. I didn't find anything bad. No kitty porn, no chick porn, no animal porn. Nothing that I wouldn't have wanted to see.
I was
Maybe
thinking,
you could consider some of it train porn, but
train porn. Train porn doesn't surprise me.
I'm gonna find that. No.
Yeah, nerd porn is fine.
You got your starship porn. You got your train porn. But yeah, that's different.
So most of it was license plates and pictures of trains. I don't know if I'll find track porn.
Kaplobber.
Kaplobber.
That would be Starship. Beauty shots. That's what.
Yeah, I have no idea what I'll find. That, and he was very particular in how he hooked things up. And it wasn't always the normal. And so I'm going to have to figure out how things are all put together, like on our network in the house.
Mm-hmm.
And how he'd wire like the surround sound of the TV. I just have to figure it all out.
I think anybody who watched the short attention span theater would know that he was very particular. Particularly if you watched any weeks, because obviously we saw changes in the room, rooms, I should say. What you'd see in the background all the time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the funny thing is I wish that carried to the rest of his life in keeping his room like that, because so far, we're talking 7-8 days now. We've pulled 2 bags of recycle trash, a trash bag full of laundry that I had to bring upstairs to wash, and 2 bags of trash, and we haven't even made a dent. He had it all hiding out of camera view.
Well, he did say that the other room was a mess. He didn't exactly go into detail, but I kind of got a bit of I'll say a bit of an image in mind, but not like what you're talking about.
Imagine trashy.
Nothing so vivid.
Trashy.
And then if you would ask him, how many Metallica albums do you have, or Chicago albums do you have? Oh, I have them right here.
Yeah.
He would pull them right out and just fold them over.
And as much as he liked him and was proud of him, when I was downstairs yesterday, I found his brand new Pink Floyd album laying underneath something on a shelf that shouldn't have been sitting on top of it. And I'm like, why didn't he put it back on the shelf? He spent $30-something for that.
Probably because he was showing
he must have. Yeah, he got distracted. He set it down and forgot it was there and put something on top of it.
I think he showed it to us one night on the Short Attention Span Theater, and probably got sidetracked.
It just got laid down right where it was after he showed, and I was like, oh yeah. He's got some good ones. I bought him the whole Queen box set in vinyl.
Yeah, I know he showed that.
It's so freaking cool.
He showed that to us a few times. Yeah.
When I was thinking about it, I want to enjoy those things, but they don't have a place in the upstairs because he's got such an awesome built-in that he made that has the record player and all the records.
Yeah.
So once I get everything situated, I'm probably going to rearrange that space downstairs so that it's a media entertainment thing.
Right.
All the records, and have a little sofa, and put the TV back where the TV was, and put his desk back in the smaller area, and just make it be like a second office. Because I was almost thinking about it, if I'm gonna start playing on YouTube more, to have a space that's separate from my office space where I work every day.
Yeah.
Is going to be helpful, because I don't want to sit where I work all day and play all night.
Right.
Yeah.
So having a second space, and now I have plenty of computers, that I might just do that and set it up, and I won't really have to buy anything. It's just cleaning and rearranging. But he's got all these microphone arms and things downstairs. I have no idea how any of that's set up. I would love to have someone come over that knows about that stuff and help when that gets to the point where I'm ready to do it, because, I think I said the other day, I'm not stupid with technology. I'm a software developer. But I don't always like to have to deal with the hardware.
Oh, that's understandable.
He's got 2 of them. The microphone arms. One of them's just laying on a desk. I don't know what he was doing with it. One of them's attached to his desk. Oh, yeah. I could watch YouTube for just about anything. The problem is
Yeah.
going to be finding all the parts that go with the things to make them usable. Because if they weren't actively plugged together being used, the parts will be in like 4 different places because he liked to misplace things.
Why is that? If you can understand it.
I don't know.
Aha!
I think it was related to his short attention span, and I'll set it down, and when I need it again, I'll get it. And he probably could remember where he put things, but I didn't know where those things were. I mean, to him, it was a foreign idea. Growing up for me, you had a place that you put your light bulbs, and you had a
Right.
place where you put your batteries, so that whenever you needed, hey, mommy, where's the batteries? You knew where to go get them. And that was a foreign concept to him. So when he moved in with me and we need batteries, he's like, well, where's the batteries? I'm like, in the battery drawer. Oh. He never had that kind of growing up to be like, put things where they belong so you can find them.
Right.
He didn't have that. And that's kind of why he was like he was. Play poker inside of StreamYards.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't do app development, although that's something that I really need to learn.
That would be a useful
It'd be fun.
thing to do. Yeah.
And then,
I'm still
Carl,
impressed my
that
brother-
one drawer full of junk. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We all have that.
Drawer full of junk.
Old keys. Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's funny because we had a drawer full of keys at one point, and it's like, why are we keeping all these? Why are we keeping all these? And of course, we did end up having one. It's like, oh, great. We got rid of them. That was the one key we needed.
Oh. Yeah.
Fortunately, we had a different one that would work, so it wasn't,
My mom and I were just talking keys yesterday. I need to make sure everyone in the family has a key to my house. Both my sisters have them. My mom does, but she thinks she lost it. Or couldn't remember which one it was because she probably got a largest collection of unknown keys known to man. But cool thing is because Richard had worked at Home Depot, he knew how to rekey the locks so that if we bought a new lock, he could make it have the same key that the previous lock had. So we never had to get new house keys when we moved. He just fixed the lock.
Right.
So several people have our house keys.
Like I used to tell Richard all the time, I used to work at the green store. And or at the green hardware store. You remember, that one? And I bet I have rekeyed hundreds of locks. Yes. I know exactly where he was at with. Well, that's why sometimes his humor and mine kind of jive sometimes because
Let me ask you this: what have you
What's
thought
that?
about what have you thought about the how people have been uh, online with him as far as the uh, doing things for uh, memorial purposes, for putting out the link to the GoFundMe and that kind of thing? Because I know Bill
It's
does it
been
every stream,
amazing.
Yeah.
It's
and I
been
have it
so
on every
amazing.
stream
I
as well.
mean,
I also have a on my Discord. I have the YouTubers forum, little memorial with his GoFundMe and your Etsy store, Paula.
yeah, it's been amazing. I mean, to think he touched that many people's lives. Because
Yeah.
if you watch the memorial service,
Hmm.
there was 174 viewers,
Wow.
and to me, that's just amazing that he touched enough people that he had 174 watch that one, and that's not counting the Facebook stream.
Yeah.
And then you even had people who didn't hear about it until later because of
Mm-hmm.
not being online or whatever, um, and they were just, huh, what?
Yeah.
Where can I find the memorial service? What can I do?
Yeah. It did go way too fast. From event to final. It seemed like it was a whirlwind. It hardly had time to think between.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you were disconnected, you missed just one day, you almost feel out of the loop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we kind of, I kind of wish we could have gone a little slower with it, but we kind of had to, out of concern for cost, because if we made it go on further, we would have had to pay for a whole traditional funeral because of the expense of keeping him around longer, if that makes sense.
Right. Yeah.
If there was a price point, it almost doubled the cost if we
Wow.
needed to keep him till the end of the week for viewing and funerals. And it's like, I can't do that to my parents. So we had to kind of have a happy medium. I was luckily able to get a hold of his dad because his dad had to fly in from Florida. And I was like, can you get here for the viewing on Tuesday? And if he hadn't, I don't know what I would have decided, because I didn't want to incur almost double the cost so that he could come, but
Right.
be on my parents, So it worked out the best that it could have. He was able to come. We didn't have to pay the higher cost. There's things like that you just don't think that you'd have to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah, 45 minutes on YouTube. Yeah.
I'm just. I'm glad that we've been able to talk to you, because that's actually been. That was something even when he was doing the show before. It's like you would be asleep, and then waking up and getting ready to go to work, and then he'd have to step away to go warm up your car and clean the windows and whatever. And so, yeah, we knew you were there, but that's but we never got the chance to talk to you before, so I kind of missed that.
Yeah. He always joked that you guys didn't believe him that I actually existed. that I was a figment of his imagination.
And good morning, Keely Chow.
Yes, good morning,
Hey,
Keely.
Kitty
Yeah.
Chow, roll tide, brother. Roll tide.
Yeah, he would do that every morning. You know, that I was on his show. He would be like, I gotta go for a little bit.
Yeah, I gotta see my wife.
Gotta go see my wife
Yeah.
off to work. Even though you didn't
Yeah.
go anywhere but upstairs.
Mhm. Yep. He said, "Scrape
It
my
was-
car." Well, and he had to scrape my car and do that because that was the rule. Because if he was going to have so much crap in the garage that I couldn't park in it, that was the consequence of having to park outside.
Yeah.
So now I have to scrape my own windows.
Yeah, I sit here giggling, but it's we watch that every week, religiously, just every week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was probably in our marriage only a few times that he didn't actually see me off to work. He always did.
Yeah.
And the few times that he didn't, I had to leave. And
he always came across saying, "So probably I have to go see my wife after work," and I saw the pride and the love he had for you.
Oh, yeah. There was no doubt about
he
that.
always did.
Yeah.
And there was always this. You wouldn't notice the time except then. And it's like, I gotta go.
Uh-huh. Yep.
And you could always
It was like
set
clockwork.
the clock by. Yeah. Anything else, he would start the show on time. He would go to see you off at the same time. But other than that, everything was just kind of off the wall.
Yep. My schedule's pretty set, you know. I have to be at work at 8. I basically leave the house at 7 every morning. You need to scrape my windows and
Mm-hmm.
although we've had a pretty mild snow winter, this is the first real snow that's stuck. The last snow we had was just a little dusting.
What is it?
Where, you know, maybe you had to take the scraper to the car because of ice, but
February 2nd,
I'll have to
Groundhog
shovel
Day.
today.
Hey, maybe we
Groundhog
could get
Day's coming up, isn't it?
I think it's February 2nd.
Yeah, it'll be 2 days from now.
Yeah.
Oh, it's hard to believe it's almost February already.
I know. Wow.
How many? This isn't leap year, is it?
No, last year was a leap year.
So there's 28.
Yeah.
28. So I have 36 days till surgery. It's going to happen quicker than I expect.
And I think I could say this. We're behind. We're behind
5
you,
weeks.
Paula.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And like I'm sure many have said, if you let us know something you need, we'll find a way.
Yeah.
Thank you, Fusion. New episodes of Batwoman?
No, the
What
new.
what is Batwoman? Is that a show that they've brought
It's
back
one
or
of them
something?
horror. Yeah, no, it's one of those horrible melodrama shows on the CW or whatever.
Oh,
It's
that's
just
right. Okay, I remember now. I never watched that one. I keep seeing ads for this one, like on the YouTube bumps before you watch your content.
Hmm.
yeah.
WandaVision or something. It looks kind of ridiculous.
Oh yeah, that's the newest hottest thing that we're all watching and talking about right now.
Yeah, it's a hot pile of garbage.
Yeah.
The show's
It kind of
just
looks like
getting-
it's all over the place.
the show's actually starting to get really good.
No,
See, that's
Is
the
it-
thing you'll find.
It's it's a matter of opinion,
no, it's
And-
still
and-
garbage. It's, just, it's still like a heaping pile of manure.
Well, and for me, I'll explain why I would tend to agree, even though I've not seen it. If you're required to have watched, well, you have to have seen the movies and the comics and blah blah blah. And it's like, I want to watch a show and just enjoy the show. Not have to go, oh, we have to watch 88 other movies for us to really understand the concept.
Yeah, that I watched The Flash and The Arrow and all those and they're good until they get to those spots where they have crossovers. And then how do you know which one you watch first and it gets hard to follow the timelines. I wonder how this one will fit in with it.
That's a good question. I'm sure somewhere they have a timeline of where everything fits, but I honestly don't care.
Well, all of the superhero movies, like with the Avengers and Captain Marvel, a friend gave me the chronological timeline to watch so
Cool.
that I could catch up because I've missed several of them.
Yeah.
And I'm on. I'm waiting for that Captain Marvel one to come out in a format I can watch it. Because I haven't seen that one. That's where I'm stuck. Because I like that kind of movie. I just don't go out of my way to see them first run.
Right.
In my opinion, the only movies that are ever worth seeing in theaters first run are Star Wars, Star Trek, and Lord of the Rings. If it's not in that 3 categories, I don't go to the theater for it. As it costs too much money.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, anymore, it's ridiculous.
Well, the last movie I went to in the theater was Star Trek Into the Idiocracy. Or Stupidity? I can't remember the name of this thing. What the hell? No, that movie was so bad.
The last
I can't even remember the name of it.
Into the Unknown.
I wish it was unknown because I wouldn't remember it.
The last movie I saw in the theater was the second Minions movie, and I went with Richard. That's the only movie that I could ever go to the theater and see. We went and saw both Minions movies at the theater. He liked Minions.
Mr.
Oh,
Lundell goes into the stupidity. Yeah, that was a horrible movie. That's just like standalone, the worst movie ever. Now, Minions might have been better. I'm not saying, I'm not trampling on Paula, but yeah, that
Yeah.
into snarkiness.
Minions are. Uh, the Joker was my last. I've not seen the new Joker movie. Was it worth a watch?
Well, it only won an Oscar, so, but I've never seen it either.
I mean, more of these award shows are worthless, so
Yeah.
it really doesn't mean
Yeah, I
much.
don't put much into critics. Oh, Up was a good one. Yeah. No, Richard did not go see the Penguin movies. Those were cute, but a long, drawn out Morgan Freeman narrated movie doesn't match with a short attention span. So he couldn't get into them.
Wonder.
What?
Hey, beware the the brain-eating penguins. Carlo, come on now.
When I read that, I put the word killer in there, thinking that's what he was gonna say. Beware the killer penguins. Oh.
Let's see here. The last movie I went to. Oh my gosh, it's been a while back. Let's see. Oh, it was a remastered Beauty and the Beast, I think. I don't remember. It's
The
been
live action
years.
one?
No, oh God, no. I heard about
you mean
that
than one
one.
of the re-releases?
One of the re-releases of the animated one, yeah, in theaters. They had it in 3D, and
Uh-huh.
that was the last time I actually went to a movie theater to see a movie. I just haven't wanted to.
Yeah, that one's been a while. Well, I have a cat staring me down, telling me that he's hungry. Yes.
Well, you can go feed the cat. You can come back. Or
I mean,
not.
it's up to you. You can go feed the cat and come back, or if you need to go do something else, that's certainly understandable.
Serenity? Oh my God, that's got to be 16 or
Oops.
17 years ago.
Push the wrong button.
Oh yeah, that happens. I can just mute you, and then you can just say something in the backstage when you're back if you.
Oh, well, I was trying to see if I could figure out how to turn the camera on so you could see the cat.
Uh,
Yes, I came on the
Uh,
stairs. We feed the cats on the landing between the basement and the first floor. And he's followed me down here because he is hungry.
of course. Well, it's food time, so yeah, to be expected.
How do I fix it? I don't know how to make it
There.
do backwards. You guys do cat? That's Big Bubba.
Oh,
He's waiting because the food bowls are here in the mess. Yes.
food! I want my food.
Oh, did I do it again? Yes.
And yes, Curtis Wisey, a better show would be Cat Vision.
There we go.
I know that's not what you meant, but I changed it up.
He's like, give me my food. Yes, JPs. That's how cats are.
Unless it's eluding me, I don't see a way to make the camera switch to the forward facing or the backward facing camera.
You know, I don't know how to do that.
I pushed the button that I thought it was, and it's the refresh button.
Oh.
Because it's right next to the camera in the
Right.
top of this app. Oh, here's a settings button. Oh, there it is. I can change it to the back camera.
Okay. Good night, Jedi Bill.
Oh, I figured it out.
Cool.
Yeah, I won't hear from the four-legged furries for a while now because they are downstairs.
Hello, JPs.
JPs. But they are funny. They won't all three go down to eat at the same time. They know the pecking order.
My turn first, then yours. Yeah.
And it's not necessarily on size or longevity. My kitty, Monday, we lost her about a month and a half ago. She was almost 18. And she was in charge. And they knew she was in charge. They would let her eat first. But she wasn't a bitchy, bossy cat. She she was the boss.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yep. She was like the anti-alpha, but she was still in charge.
I guess. Yeah, I have a friend of mine who has several dogs, and there's a definite pecking order.
Mm-hmm. Richard even made them that trough that had 3 bowls in it so that they had each a place to stand.
Yeah.
Like, they're not going to stand shoulder to shoulder. They'll still wait their turn.
Right.
Although we do have pictures of the 2 boys eating together. They're both gingers. One of them's a little more orange and the other's a little more buff. But they're so funny because the bigger one, he's about 18 pounds. And he was abused, whoever had him before as a kitten, because his tail has right angle kinks in the bones in his tail. And it's only about 6 inches long. It's all stubby because it didn't grow right then. And so you got this big 18-pound cat with this little 6-inch stubby tail, and he can move it and wag it and thump it really well, but it's only about 6 inches. And then you got Manning, the cutest, with this big, giant, gorgeous bottle brush tail that's longer than it needs to be, and he flaunts it. He'll just wave it in the air like, "Oh, look at my tail." They're so funny. He's about 16 pounds.
We've seen that tail.
Yep.
We've seen that tail.
He knows it's cute.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I think when I get it figured out, one of the cameras that Richard had was a motion activated cat camera.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see how to get that hooked up so that it's operational, but I don't know what happens to the video it captures. If I could just stream it into a file and then play the file up to YouTube.
That would be.
Because it only kicks on when there's motion, so it's not like you're going to watch 12 hours of nothing with a cat randomly. It's only going to record when it detects motion. So that would be entertaining to see what he's up to.
Oh, that would be interesting to see him. See if he gets up there anytime.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The other day when I was on my computer, because, you know, I've got the YouTube thing up on my screen, and Manning saw it and jumped up on my desk to surface and was trying to flop down on my keyboard. It's like he knew he was supposed to be there. He was allowed because he did it for Daddy.
Oh.
Actually, I don't think it's an SD card. That's a good idea, but I think the one we have is goes into like the Ring system that was to record to the DVR in the cloud. So I'll have to play with it because I'm not sure Richard figured it out. I don't even know if I have SD cards. That's one thing that perplexes me. I am still flabbergasted about the little thumb drive situation in the house. I've bought him thumb drives over and over, and I needed one for the funeral music. Could not find one. We dug through his desk surface. His desk has no drawers. It wasn't on the shelves in his desk. It wasn't in a stash of them squirreled away in his laptop bag. I have no idea where he's got all these thumb drives hiding. I couldn't find one. I ended up having to pull his portable hard drive off of his computer and just take the whole thing because I could not find a thumb drive. I ended up having to stop at Best Buy and buy another package of them.
It's not the scratching post. My backpack is not a scratching post. What, midnight?
Oh, I hear a kitty.
That's midnight.
Midnight's always a good name for a cat. I'm assuming she's a black cat of some kind.
Yeah. Okay. Oh. Right here. It's midnight. He's a tuxedo cat, and he's about 18 pounds. Oh, there we go. Aren't you?
Turn around so I could see your pretty tuxedo face. Aw.
Yes.
Oh, there, he'll turn around.
That's midnight.
Aw. I have a thing for tuxedo cats. We've had 2. I love them.
Yeah. I think he's got.
He doesn't have much white, does he?
No, he's got 2 socks.
He's just got
Yeah.
his little chin and his
little white,
collar
yeah.
around his neck.
And he's got a sock in the front
Aw.
and the back. You know, white
Oh,
sock,
yeah.
white
Yeah.
sock
Aw,
over
he's a
here.
cutie.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a cutie.
And JP says, I have 10 thumb drives and can't find a single damn one.
Yeah, that's
Fairly,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I have to admit, I have several, and I only know where 2 are. So,
I now own 3 of them, and I know where they all are.
of course, JP prefers the all black kittens. I think, yeah. He probably just likes them because they're more, I don't know, evil looking. Knowing JP's. And let's see here. And yeah, Fluger says tuxedo cats have a whole different meaning here. So what is it? Since you're on the panel, what is it? Slugger.
Skunks.
Oh, okay.
The Pepe Le Pew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Lundell, I have only 1 thumb drive. Had it for some years and less than half full.
You know, one thing there, JP, a lot of people steer away from black cats because they're not photogenic, so they're not going to get hit on you know, Facebook and YouTube, or, you know, they're not going to get hit on, you know, Facebook and, and YouTube, or, you know, they're not going to get hit on, you know, Facebook and, and YouTube, or, you know, they're not going to get hit on, you know, Facebook and, and YouTube, or, you know, they're not going to get hit on, you know, Facebook and, and YouTube, or, you know, they're not going to get hit on, you know, Facebook and, and YouTube, or, you know, they're not going to get hit on, you know, Facebook and, and YouTube, or, you know, they're not going to get hit on, you know, Facebook and, and YouTube, or, you know, they're not going to get hit on, you know, Facebook and, and YouTube, or, you know, they're not going to get hit on, you know, Facebook and, and YouTube, or, you know, they're not going to get hit on, you know, Facebook and, and YouTube, or, you know, they're not going to get hit on, you know, Facebook and, and YouTube, or, you know, they're not going to get hit on, you know, Facebook and, and YouTube, or, you know, they're not going to get hit on, you know, Facebook and, and YouTube, or, you know, they're not going to get hit on, you know, Facebook and, and YouTube, or, you know, they're not going to get hit on, you know, Facebook and, and YouTube, or, TikTok-y or whatever. Oh, and superstition.
Yeah, a lot of people are superstitious. And yes, Curtis, that's catist. You're right. Let me see here.
If it comes up, that picture is our Tuxedo Cat Monday.
Oh,
She was
Oh,
a Hemingway tuxedo,
Mm-hmm.
and you can see by her little paw. The one is more noticeable on the one with the black spot. You see
Mhm.
how big her toes are? She had 6 toes on her front paws, and no, she had 7 toes on her front paws and 6 on the back.
wow.
Hmm.
A whole little thumb-looking thing. That's a whole extra 2 toes there. She had monster feet. She was a baby. But she had a little more white on her than who's it? Jedi Bill.
Hmm.
A little more white than his. Richard called her Bikini Beak because her little spots on her face look like a bikini.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, we used to have 2 cats with extra toes. They're called Hemingway cats, and I would love to adopt more of them, but they're hard to find.
Why is that exactly?
They want one of those little short bodies, porty face.
No, they're just regular cats. Hemingway, the writer, used to have
Hmm.
them. That's why they're called Hemingway cats.
Right.
And they're just a genetic mutation of a cat that's got extra toes. And you breed them together and get more of them. So if there's not extra toes in the genetic line for the cats, they're not going to have extra toes. How huge is huge, Curtis? Because people think my cats are huge, but they're 16 to 18 pounds.
Well, I know midnight here is about 18 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that 18 pounds is a big heavy cat.
Yeah.
For sure. For sure when you pick him up.
My dad's cousin has one of the kittens from a really famous Instagram cat. That's a big, what do you call those? Maine Coon?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's huge. I would love a Maine Coon, but they're a lot of work with the big fur. Manning's bad enough, and he's got a big bushy tail.
Hey, Miss Wandale? What are you up to?
Oh, just enjoying my Sunday.
Well, that's good to hear. So, when are you
I see a pretty
expecting to hear
guitar
from?
in the background there.
Oh yeah, actually, there'll be a lot more you see. Let me see if I can go ahead and put that to solo. See what else is in the background?
Boy, the delay on the YouTube on the computer is so much compared to the screen on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I see Star Trek.
Oh, when it catches up, it'll be full screen.
Star
You'll
Trek
see
and
it,
amplifiers.
and it's on the top
Uh,
shelf,
I
right
don't
under the
know.
Defiant.
What, the big Star Trek Star Trek weapon that Klingons use?
Yep,
Yeah.
Left of the
and
Defiant.
left of the Defiant, which was another one. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I love that.
Oh, what, the
Lieutenant
Star Trek
Uhura.
porn?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
Oh
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
that's
Star
not
Trek
true.
porn.
That is not porn. That's Lieutenant Uhura and her
Absolutely.
not so
It's
conservative
eye
sister.
candy.
absolutely.
Just what?
Oh, it's not the same woman? It's hard to tell.
Oh, it
Yeah.
is. Mirror, mirror.
Oh yeah, I
If
mean
you
it's the
remember
same.
that
Uh,
the the TOS episode, Mirror, mirror.
oh, sorry.
You have the mirror Uhura, and you have the regular Uhura.
Richard
Although,
Richard didn't care for the regular Star Trek as much. I don't know what was wrong with him.
No, we run across a lot of fans like that. They love Picard, but they hate Kirk. It makes no sense at all.
I grew up watching the originals. My mom loved Star Trek.
oh, I love Star Trek from the '60s to 2005. I'll put it that way.
It took me 4 years to actually start to enjoy TNG.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I initially I watched it. I didn't love it. I liked it because well, the first season was not really that good, except a couple episodes. Um, but it's still far superior to what CBS has come out with.
Hmm. Hence all the rumors of it finally being canceled.
I think the one that I personally liked was the Enterprise. I really enjoyed that one.
What did you like about it? I'll ask that.
But I like the guy. His name escapes me now. Um, I just like the characters. The
Hmm.
kind of back to a simpler time, before technology was all like it was in the other series, because it was in the past.
Right. Do you mean
You know,
like
when
the
they're
captain?
trying to figure stuff
or-
out and they're making mistakes and yeah,
Archer.
I forget
Was
what his
captain.
name is. Bakula, Scott Bakula. I
Archer.
enjoy him as a character. Yes,
I
I
cannot
enjoyed
think of
him
Archer's
and
first
his
name right
interaction with
now,
the
but
other
I
guy
can.
that was his mechanic.
He was such a John.
Yeah, Captain Archer.
Jonathan Archer. Yes, I know. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
But you know, that's the same reasons I like that show is because
I enjoyed that one, and then
the-
I got to Deep Space Nine from Richard.
right, yeah, because Deep Space Nine was a little darker and a little more colorful, but Enterprise was just like. uh, oh, the guy who canceled that, I want to punch him in the face.
Uh huh.
the
Yeah, I was so
let's
upset
see.
when they canceled it. That's why I don't like watching things when they're still going live because they cancel them on me.
Deep Space Nine is example of how Trek can go dark and still be good.
Well,
But
it was a war arc
Mhm.
in there.
well, yeah,
War
Right.
would be dark. That would be a dark time when you have to send people out to kill and be killed. There are several pilots of shows people proposed that are kind of dark. That are Trek shows that would probably Renegades is a great example. I think that would have been a great Trek show.
I agree.
But the more purists, or at least they claim to be among us, it's dark. We don't like dark Trek. No, you don't like dark Trek. You know, dark storytelling in sci-fi can be great,
Yes, it can.
but you have to, you have to know how to balance it. So you have to fix it where, okay, yeah, there is a light at the end of this tunnel.
You
You
could
can
say
barely
that
see it
the
now.
Wrath of Khan was dark.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's no doubt about that. But
But you didn't hear people complaining about that one.
no,
Well, you won't because that is an
That's
amazing movie.
that's the best Trek movie of them all in a lot of people's minds. So they won't complain about that. But they will complain that Picard goes nuts in First Contact. You know, which that's one argument I'm tired of. That's not Picard. Okay, that's because we're seeing him in a different situation. And during the series, we never saw that ship in a prolonged, stressful situation like where they were in the movie.
right.
And they just, and you know who I'm talking about?
I
Andy
know who
Tricker.
you're talking about.
Andy Tricker.
Mhm.
And he, constantly, this is wrong, that's wrong. And no, man, just shut up and watch the movie. Learn how scripts develop. I do this because I guarantee you he's lurking. Okay, and this is all the time you can get
too
in
much drugs.
edgewise.
Well, unfortunately, He's at work right now, so
Ah.
if he's lurking, it's on work time. And if you are lurking, Eddie Trucker, get back to work.
Yeah.
Uh,
Get back to work.
oh.
JP's not the cookie thing. That's LDG. Okay.
I let me ask you this: what did you like best about uh, Star Trek? Obviously, you said the original series, but what else? And have you been watching the newer series, Paula? I mean,
I have not seen any of the new ones. We don't have the Discovery Plus or whatever that is.
Yeah, CBS.
CBS, yeah, CBS
All
All
Access.
Access.
Um,
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have that. Um, but I would watch it. I like it, giving stuff a chance. So
Of course,
I don't come into it with the prejudices of, oh, I don't like this and I wish they would do that. I just like to watch it. Um,
right.
so if I had access to it, I'd watch. And I probably
Well,
eventually pull
yeah.
a Picard out of his uh, office downstairs and watch that. I just haven't. I just enjoy any. I'm good. Anything sci-fi, anything fantasy. I just enjoy that stuff.
Cool.
Oh, damn.
What?
I have a cat vomiting over
Uh,
here. They eat their food too fast, and they, you know, you know. I gotta go clean up a mess.
uh,
no problem.
have fun.
So I have a question for you guys because I got an email and it says you're invited to register to the Stream Elements payments portal. And it's addressed to my husband. So I'm assuming it came from his Stream Elements account.
Right.
Is that something he shouldn't have already been in registered with? Stream Element payment portal. What do you know what that is?
No, I don't. I don't have Stream Elements. Need to find somebody who uses Stream Elements to.
Mm-hmm.
I know
I know that
somebody.
I was able to change his Stream Elements email to my email, which is why I got this.
Right.
But I assumed he'd have payments set up. Yeah, the Stream Elements is where his shirts and coffee mugs are.
Right.
I was able to reset the password on that one.
It could also be that because of the changes to the account, it wants to verify information. I don't know.
To register the portal. Yeah.
Yeah, he probably didn't set it up.
I'll have to see
Yeah.
what I can figure out. Is it set up so that I can log in and I can see his sales and I can deposit them to a PayPal account? But I don't think he had tipping set up. Maybe that's what it's asking me to set up. Because he didn't have tipping turned on.
Right. At least if you're able to access the sales and stuff. Yeah, probably.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. So far, I've been lucky. In all of this, I was thankful he gave me his phone unlock code.
Oh, that's
I didn't
good.
have any other passwords, but he gave me his phone unlock code. And so I've been able to use his phone and forgot password and get the secret codes off the phone. So I've reset several so that I know them.
Yeah.
If he hadn't done that, I don't know what I would have done. And I don't use an Android phone. I use an iPhone. So I don't know where all the things are on the phone.
Yeah.
They had to show me the other day how to find the apps that you don't run. Yeah, it's like I know what I want to do, just don't know where it is in his phone. But I'm figuring it out.
Of course.
And that might become more urgent than not, because we're still paying on his phone.
Yeah.
So once I have all of his accounts secured, and I think I'm going to have them switch the SIM cards so that my phone number actually rings to his phone and his phone number rings to my phone, because mine's not holding a battery charge very well. And his is newer because it's still got 10 or 11 payments left. So I might do that once I'm ready to deal with ADT. But right now it's my tether, my lifeline to all of his accounts. So I can't touch it and change plans or anything right now.
At least you still have that, which is very good.
Yeah, I would have been lost without it, because everything is attached to your phone nowadays. Where you forgot your password, they send you the link to the phone.
Yeah.
So I'm so thankful for that. And his battery life is so good. I just can't believe how much better it is than my battery life at this point. But my phone is not that old. Well, I say it's not that old. I've got an iPhone 6 Plus, and I just paid it off maybe 8 months ago. But now they're up to 8, iPhone 10, 11, 12. What are we talking about?
Everyone.
Oh, at the beginning of the stream, we were talking about movies that not being good. We were talking about movies that are classics, like Pretty Woman or Top Gun.
Yeah, we were talking about a lot of different things.
A classic movie that I'd never seen that Richard introduced me to was Blazing Saddles. I'd never seen it until I met Richard, and we watched the unedited cut. That was That was a good movie. And one that I don't think that they'd be able to film today with everyone getting up in each other's ass. Just, it was such a good movie.
No, they wouldn't be able to make just about any Mel Brooks movie. They couldn't make it today.
No.
Because if you think
No.
Blazing Saddles is bad,
He loved Mel Brooks. He had all of them.
Watch The Producers. That's even worse.
The Producers. I've not seen that one.
It's a lot of gay jokes in there, and Jewish and Nazi jokes.
Oh, is that the one with Nathan Lane? Maybe.
Well, that's the Broadway show. It was originally a movie with Zero Mostel and Gene Wilder.
Okay. Yeah, I've never seen one. I've seen Blazing Saddles and Spaceballs.
I don't remember if I saw Blazing Saddles or not.
Come on now, Cap.
Oh my God, Cap! Really?
Yeah.
I really don't remember. Sorry.
He rode a blazing saddle. He had a shiny star.
I've heard the song, yeah. I'm not
Okay,
living
well,
under a rock. Yeah.
The other one that Richard liked that I don't have of or anything, there was a Kentucky Fried movie. And I don't know its origins or where it came from, but he loved that one. Because it was little, to me, Saturday Night Live snippets all run together, and it was perfect for someone with a short attention span.
Yeah.
Kentucky Fried.
Oh, Kentucky Fried movie.
But it's been, he probably had a digital copy of it. It's kind of old too. If I had to put a number to it, I'd guess early 80s. At least.
I think that came out
crack
in the
up over
70s.
that. He'd show me snippets of it.
Yeah.
But
I think that came out.
Yeah,
in the
that's what
70s.
I'm thinking. It was early 80s would have been the most.
Yeah. But Bird hasn't shown Kentucky Fried
I
movie,
know.
has he, Trick?
I don't know if Bird were able to get on, depending on if Mama LePray is awake or not.
Because I know he's shown Idiocracy.
Right. I missed that one. I don't remember what was going on, but I missed it. Say that again, Mr. Laudell. He said what movie?
Kentucky Fried movie.
And you're more than welcome on. Birdo Prey 5. There we go.
No, I didn't see Kentucky
I
Fried
could Google
movie.
it. I always forget. that you can do
Excuse me, Bird.
such things.
I said no, we didn't see Kentucky Fried movie.
Okay. Try that again, please.
Hello, world. It's Berto Prey 5, Kapla.
Thank you.
That's what he was waiting on.
Damn right.
No, but I know
And good
they
morning to everybody.
yeah, I
Good
know
morning.
the crowd kind of bullied you into idiocracy.
Hello.
And
No, Idiocracy we wanted to see, especially Sisso Prey.
okay.
I've seen it, she's seen it. It's a good movie. I like Idiocracy.
But I couldn't remember.
I was bullied into Crystal Skull.
Yeah.
And by bullied, I mean bribed.
Yeah, that was bribed is more the proper word. Which, you know what, I don't blame you. I would have took the money too. But then after that, it just got insane, and I had to say something. You know.
And yes, Captain, Mama Prey's okay. She woke up, she called Sisso Prey, and because we've got a big nor'easter coming, winter storm.
Yeah.
Tonight or tomorrow night. Tonight. So it looks like Sisso Prey
Yeah, have
may
fun with
decide
that
to
one.
come. Thank you. May decide to come here.
We just had
and
it.
I heard you guys had like 5 inches or something.
Yeah.
I think we're losing her. Yeah. So Sisso Prey will probably
Which
stay
is
here for
Indiana
a few nights.
on its way to you.
Well, we're
Yay.
supposed to get about 12 now. And then some rain afterwards, which is just going to turn into ice. Because it's going to be cold.
Oh,
No, you had maintenance done on your backup system.
well, I can
Oh,
tell
yeah,
you
we
for
keep
us,
the
it was a
regular
really
maintenance.
wet snow.
This should start out fairly dry because it should start snowing in like with 20 degrees or low 20s. So that tends to be a dry snow to start, but at the end is when it's going to possibly switch over to rain. So that'll be a heavy wet snow to just kind of crust everything over.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a. Yeah. Where I'm at in Indiana, so we deal with that every winter.
Hmm.
And JP's 5 inches of snow, blah. Or bah. What do you mean? Are you talking about because you're used to getting more because you're up in Canada?
I couldn't deal with a lot of snow. We used to live almost growing up in land of Notre Dame, and there was a lot more snow as a kid. Suppose that's lake effect snow up there.
Yeah. That let's see here. What are you showing today, Mr. Lundell?
Today, what the heck am I showing? I gotta look it up. Remember, it's the first thing to go. Today's movie is UFOs, the true story of flying saucers.
Oh, sweet. What time is that?
11 Central Time.
New. Gotcha. Cool.
Now, that's more like an early docudrama. It's not really a documentary on I do have some documentaries on UFOs on my channel, but that I've shown earlier. This is like one of those movies, and if I'm remembering correct, at the end of the movie, there's footage of some UFOs, actual footage.
Cool.
Anybody remember a show called Project Blue Book?
Yes.
Yeah, it was just on. I mean, a season ago.
No, there was one in the 70s.
In the set, yeah,
Oh.
back in the 70s, it would. We would sit in front of the TV, going with our eyeballs just dripping out of our heads. You went, oh. Yeah, that was fun.
Okay, I've sent out the reminder on Twitter, and might as well put it on Discord. I'll put it on LD's Discord as well.
We're not any truckers.
I'm not on any Truckers Discord. Just I know he'll say it's because I'm hating. No, I'm just not on the Discord. That's all. There
And
we go.
trying to think. My brain has gone into need more coffee mode. I'm trying to remember what you have on later, Bird. Futurama. That's it. Okay.
Yeah, it's today's Bender's Big Score. The first of the direct-to-DVD movies.
And what time will that be on? Just
3
curious.
p.m. Eastern.
3 p.m. Eastern.
Well, 3:05 maybe? So it's basically 3 p.m. Eastern.
Well, see, technically, he starts the stream and then has a 2-minute, 15-second countdown. So technically, he's actually always late because there's another 2 minutes and 15 seconds before he actually starts.
No,
So
I've been
anytime somebody says
starting a few
late-
minutes early just to make up for that.
And good morning, Dave G. Sound. I haven't seen
Yes.
you here.
Good morning, Dave. What's going on?
I might have missed you in the chats, but
I
Oh,
haven't
Jim.
seen because. Go ahead, Mr.
Jim.
Wendell.
JP's no Fox Mulder is not in this movie. It's no conspiracy. There's no cigarette smoking man. There's no big muscular guy that's stabbing people in the back of the neck. None of that. It's just UFOs. Are they real? What the heck is going on? It's that kind of thing.
and Paula, this is what he had to go through every night.
And since Captain Trick mentioned coffee, gotta go make another cup.
I'm sorry, but I do love coffee. I can't function without it. That's just me. So, have you heard from, or when do you expect to hear from your parents if you're going to, Paula? Unless we're having some issues with it. Okay. Here's what you do because we can't hear you at all. Um, go ahead and exit out of the StreamYard app or the window, whatever, and go ahead and I'll put the link back in the chat. And I think it's the phone, quite honestly, because uh, the what do you call it? StreamYard is hard on the resources of the phone. Um, I say if you can't hear it, it doesn't make any sense me explaining it. But you can't hear the explanation. So I'm going to go ahead and put the link back in so that way she can get back in. There we go. Or run on laptop or desktop computer. That's usually the easiest way to do it, JP's. Um, and she's back. Ah, camera's on.
Hello?
Yes.
That camera can make a harder, the connection
Yeah,
slows down a bit with the camera.
it does.
Yeah.
There it is. Getting some interference.
There we go. Yeah, everybody went quiet. I think it's my head jack. It's been doing that on my Xbox too.
You're
I
on.
need to get
You're
a
on the
new
phone.
one.
Yes, she's on the phone.
Yeah, with some people, once you get too many people on the stream, it tends to overpower their
Yeah.
phone. Remember, Cap?
Oh yeah.
Because someone else has that issue. I'm gonna drop off because honestly, I can't talk really anyway. That might help because it seemed like it was fine when it was just 3 or 4 people.
Right.
I'll talk to you guys later.
Okay.
Oh, that is so weird. It does that. I may have to go downstairs upstairs in his office and see if I can't find that plugs into my computer so that I can actually use my computer to do the talking.
Okay. That might make things
Yeah.
easier.
Mm-hmm. My headset won't plug into my computer because my headset's a single plug and the computer has separate headphone and mic jacks.
That would be. I know there's a workaround with that, but I don't know what it is offhand.
But I may have to go steal his
Yeah, we're
headset because I think I've used mine. I think it's starting to wear out the jack,
yeah.
the cord.
That's probably a good idea.
What's that? You broke up.
It's probably a good idea to go ahead and do that if you're having problems with the jack. If you're having problems with the cord.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And good morning, Elihu.
He's going back to sleep. JP's.
Okay, go back to sleep, JP's.
Not met JP's before today.
JP's is well, Canadian. I'll just put it that way. They pretend to be nice, and then you get to know the real them. So yeah. So what's going on, Flugger, whatever?
I'm surprised my dad hasn't called. Oh.
There's not too much going on. I'm thinking I should just go ahead and shove off, and then let the important people talk. I'll jump on. I can come back on the TV and watch what's going on.
Okay. Obviously you don't have to leave.
No, I know. But this chair is so horrible that. Okay, I'll stay for a little bit. I love to torture myself, okay? Fine.
I know you do. Uh, so when
you
go ahead.
you did find some new coffee, didn't you? That's good. That's good.
Coffee is always good.
Yeah. Smells like mine's ready. Be right back.
Oh yes. You want me to sing it for you, JPs? Let's see here. Curtis, I want cold brewed coffee right now. I'm a coffee guy. Hot is fine too, but cold makes it seem so premium feeling. Okay, Paul says I'll be around on the weekends for sure. Not sure if I can commit to more than that. Have a great day. Well, Paula, thank you for spending time with us. I am so glad that you were able to come on.
Yeah.
You have a good day, and I hope that your parents are well. Uh, let's see here. Bird, you are always welcome back up on the panel. Or let's see here. Elisha, who we got to definitely have room on the panel. I think of course I get 5 pop-ups at once. All these on YouTube now. YouTube now. It's like, yeah, whatever. Bird needs a few minutes. And hello, not Ryan Johnson.
One question though. If he's not
Yes,
Ryan Johnson, who is he?
that's a good question. That's all we know is not Ryan Johnson.
That's been bothering the hell out of me for months. I don't
That
know
has,
why.
I know.
Okay, we've established who you aren't. So, who are you?
Exactly. Okay. Hey, not that person. Oh, well. Okay. Let's see here. Since all we know you as is not Ryan Johnson, does that mean you actually are Ryan Johnson and are just saying you're not, or your name happens to be? You get a kick out of people not knowing who you are. Hmm. Well, you do have a certain advantage that most people do not have. People have no idea. There's somebody, I don't know who though, but Ryan Johnson is a fan confirmed, not Ryan Johnson. Theory destroyed.
So this isn't one of those like Pierre Delecto type situations, is it? With not Ryan Johnson.
I'll let him answer that. Of course, if you wanted to, you could always come on, not Ryan Johnson. I mean, you're more than welcome. Let's see here. Oh. Let's see. Let's see. Actually, since I would come off as a jerk doing it, maybe somebody ought to go over to Bill's stream and tell them that he went to sleep. Because he's like got 7 thumbs up and 4 people waiting. I just happened to open the tab and it's like, oh, okay. Well. Oh. Let's see. By the way, Mr. Londell, I don't think I've ever heard. How did you actually get onto YouTube?
Really, what started it was, I think, like most people, the rumors about the new Star Trek and how it was going to be behind the paywall, and I just started. There were some links on some Facebook groups that I was in that kept bringing me to YouTube. So I eventually just got an account and didn't do anything for a while. Then a few years back, I just, I saw where I could, do public domain movies, and that's what I've been doing.
And yeah, let's see here. Not Ryan Johnson says Jedi Bill is always awake every time I go on YouTube. He has to sleep sometime. Well, you're right. He does. In fact, he was on the panel and said something backstage, which we usually keep private, but about going to bed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I just thought that he was trying to be polite, back out of the stream graciously. But no, apparently he went to bed. I don't even know if he remembered he had a stream. Of course, he initially had it set up. I mean, he'd done this at night, so I'll just preface it with that. He had initially had his morning blend set up for 8 p.m. tonight.
Ooh.
Yeah. My Bill went to sleep, I believe, because I do not see his stream going, waiting for Jedi Bill 797. And that was supposed to be 34 minutes ago, 35, whatever.
Yeah, he posted that he was going to get some rest.
Yeah.
In private. So
yes. And I figured he was just going to be starting his stream, and no big deal. I'd known about it I'm the one who pointed it out that he had it set up for 8 p.m.
So yeah, he was tired. It's time for him to get some rest.
Oh, that bird's back.
Birdman's backstage.
Yeah. What's going on, Bird?
Do I have to say it again? I mean, I was.
No, you don't have to say it again. You were on before.
Okay, just checking.
The first time you come on, you can say it if you want to.
You maybe you should say it anyway.
Go ahead.
I forgot what I say.
Oh, well, bullshit.
Hello, guys. It's me. Welcome.
Uh-huh. Don't forget Hail on Kuroga.
Hail, Kuroga.
I see that one he can remember.
Good enough. Keep the conversation flowing.
That's the whole point.
Yeah. Anyway.
Not Ryan Johnson wasn't here earlier to hear it. So.
Hello, not Ryan Johnson. It's Berto Prey 5. Kapla. I heard you guys talk about we only know he's not Ryan Johnson. He could be anybody else.
Yeah.
I suspect he's Hillary Clinton.
Either
it
that
was
or
just the first name.
Well, at least you didn't say it was Eastland Kennedy or Jacqueline Kennedy or
Percival Sweetwater. You know, I mean.
And with that, I'm off.
It's Elvis. Take care, Fluger.
Okay.
Yeah, have a good one, you guys. Don't party too hard.
Oh, no. Get some rest.
So, what, Mom? Yes, Mom, I'll pray. No. So we keep thinking it's Monday because Sisopre left yesterday, but it would appear Sisopre is likely coming back again today because it's better to ride out the winter storm here where I have a generator
Mm-hmm.
than in New Jersey where her nanny won't be able to get to her for a couple of days. And she still has to work, so. And Jedi Bill's awake!
Hmm.
And he deleted the stream. Oh.
Well, that's kind of sucks. I'm surprised.
You can start another one up.
Oh, that's true. Not like I was offended.
So I was trying to talk Mama Prey into putting orange juice into the humidifier because I think it would be a fresh and healthy alternative to water. But she's saying since we only have pulp kind of orange juice, that's not going to work.
Well,
Foiled again.
Actually, what you could do, if you actually wanted to do it, is use the pulp juice in a use a
yeah, Mom, just strain out the pulp.
Exactly, strain out the pulp, add a little water.
Use a coffee filter. Wait, no, I'm not going to add water. That's the problem. We add water, it's from concentrate. We paid extra for the orange juice without the water added. Now you want to add water.
Why do you want
sometimes I really question your...
Why do you want to put orange juice in your humidifier?
Well, because, you know, it puts the water into the air. So obviously as we put the orange juice into the air, I breathe in the OJ juice, and it's like eating an orange. I get extra vitamin C. In fact, the vitamin C goes right to my lungs where it's needed the most.
I don't think it works like that.
I'm pretty sure it does.
Well, but I'm no scientist.
Has anyone ever tried putting orange juice in a humidifier? I bet not.
No, I haven't. I can honestly say I have never tried
so
that.
Isn't it in the Bible? Says don't tell anybody about putting orange juice in a humidifier until you yourself have put orange juice in a humidifier.
No.
Speaking of the Bible, I'm missing the church live streams. Sunday morning church live streams. You see, I could have been asking Anti-Tracker, an expert in theology, about this.
No, look. Only thing Anti-Tracker is going to the only thing Anti-Tracker is going to do is go into politics, okay? And I don't want to hear him turning into a quisling for Joe Biden.
Did anybody get their $2,000 checks that Biden was going to send out the first week they took office?
The only $2,000 check I got was my paycheck that I put in 80 hours to get. Okay, so that's the only $2,000 I've gotten so far.
I don't know. They were very confident. They said if they won Georgia, they'd send out the checks the next week.
Mm-hmm. And that was what, 40 days ago?
Yeah, but they only won Georgia 26 days ago, to be fair. And then
yeah.
And then, I mean, that was kind of weird, but Trump said he would have sent out the $2,000.
Yeah, he had been talking about $2,000 checks like back in July, I think.
Yeah.
Mama Pray cut up an orange and put it on the air intake, the rinds of an orange, and put it at the air intake of the humidifier.
Cool.
Oh, the blower. Okay, outtake. Yeah, so it will blow. There we go. Now I get my vitamin C through the air. I can just inhale that
Now, you know what?
nutritiousness.
There may be something to that. You take the peel because of the oil, and you just put like a couple of pieces in the water reservoir with water. Maybe to see what put it because I think putting OJ in there is a bad move.
No, don't put eggs. It's not a replacement for all food. It's just a supplement. Not Ryan Johnson says, as I am Joe Biden, I will ask Fauci about orange juice and humidifiers. I will also investigate why all the stimulus checks are in my bank account.
Oh, but get this though. I'm sure everybody's heard about it. Fauci is running around now talking about double masking.
Oh yeah. From zero mask to double mask. Just
Okay.
jump ahead to quadruple mask.
As hard as it is to breathe through one mask, you're gonna make people wear two masks.
Well, just the people who really care about other people.
Well, that'd be
See,
no
this is it. This way, if you want to be an asshole, you can be an asshole and just wear one mask. Where the people who care, they can wear two or even three masks to show just how much they care about everybody else.
And pass
so they
out.
move the bar. They think they're being clever. That'll get everybody to wear at least one mask. Because now you can make your statement by only wearing a single mask. Like, yeah, I'm the rebel. I'm only wearing one mask.
No, the rebel wears no mask.
Well, they might wear a mask to cover their face so nobody knows who they are, but has zero medical benefit. Like a Nixon mask.
Yeah.
A hole cut out just for the mouth and the nose.
That might work.
When will Trump masks replace Nixon masks as the favorite of bank robbers? You okay there, Cap?
Oh yeah, I'm good.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I think Nixon masks should be replaced by what's her name?
Hillary?
Maxine Waters mask.
Oh no. Why?
You hadn't heard some kind of way she funneled $1 million to her daughter?
Oh, only $1 million?
Yeah, it's campaign money. That's the thing. Okay,
Well, I'm sure her daughter was providing very important, support to the campaign worth $1 million. She was a high-priced consulting gig. I mean, if Mama Pray ever runs for office and gets millions of dollars in contributions, then I do expect she will use, Kuroga Enterprises Limited for consulting, and if I happen to be the sole benefactor, so be it. And not Ryan Johnson says, and remember, as I am Joe Biden, blame Bird for me being in control. I mean, elected. And who's that?
Yeah.
Kurt
And
Zeiss? YZ says, then they'll make $100 multi-layer cancer-giving chemically infused version of a mask. Yeah.
oh, and get this, Nancy Sinatra, I'll never forgive Trump voters. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, Nancy.
You did one song your whole fucking life. Your dad left a treasure trove.
Yeah.
Okay? Who gives a fuck, lady?
Sorry, I don't even think most people, whether they like Trump or not, give a shit what she thinks.
Sinatra would have voted for Trump. I don't know, but he might have.
Oh, he was a Reagan fan, wasn't he?
Think so.
Yeah. Why not? Don't know either way, though.
He probably would have just stayed with whoever threw the bigger parties. So it'd probably be Trump. And he'll play Mar-Largo.
Okay, and whatever you do, do not call Rachel Levine what Rachel Levine actually is biologically. It'll get you in trouble with the Twitter people.
Why?
I don't know who Rachel Levine is.
Joe Biden's new HHS person. And all I'm going to say is, remember the song "Dude Look Like a Lady"?
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
Flip it.
gotcha.
Flip it. Okay, just flip it. Okay.
That's okay. Great.
Now, this is the individual that took their mother out of a Pennsylvania nursing home before they started putting COVID patients in nursing homes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's like this person had the heads up about what was going to happen.
It would certainly seem that way. Cannot state 100%. Factually, it was, but it certainly appears that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be eating breakfast, so I'll be a couple minutes.
Oh, no problem. No problem. Oh, let's see here. We got Elihu Who. What's going on there?
What was he, a 3-star?
Let me put that back in the chat just so you can. Now Jedi Bill's live. Oh. Well, he started about 50 minutes late, but hey, at least he got a little rest in, I hope. I could tell he was getting tired. Probably should be sleeping more, but hey, if he's up to streaming, go for it. Ow. I like you who sent me a DM. Let's see here. Ah. Oh yeah. No problem. I know you're busy right now.
Mm-hmm.
But so what time is your premiere, by the way? I forget. Just want to
For
know.
me,
You.
it's 11 Central Time.
11 Central. Well, at least you got time for that.
Yeah. And I'm kind of debating. Well, let's not just say debating. Well, I'm debating whether or not to start today. Adding, like some extra content, do some videos about some recommendations for physical media. I've been buying a bunch of movies, a bunch of DVDs and Blu-rays lately. And I was just thinking it could, maybe do some recommendations on a set of groovy movies or how to start,
Bert, I think you're going to want to go over to Jedi Bill's channel because he's saying how horrible Piroga is. And later, like who I was just going to put the link in the channel. Let's see here. Been online for almost 4 hours. And you said, what time is that going to be on, Bird? Futurama?
3 p.m. Eastern.
3 p.m. Eastern. I would like to thank everybody on the panel, particularly Mrs. Doom for joining us, everyone in chat for joining us today. And I put the link to Bill's stream in there. Feel free to join him on his stream. And have a great day.